Good morning, sir. Captain's Log, Stardate, March 11, 2019. In this dimension, in this density is plane. We are amongst and within love, understand word love, and that is what we're trying to get at, where we all might want to be someday. So as we proceeded, what got our mind at a very, very, very staggering and not so good stipulation of this event is not going very well. But what did get us our attention is when we initiated these photo sequences here. These seem to have the part set up for us. We make it a movie or say time travel or something, and you wanted to have a simulation of a table and a starship, spaceship kind of deal, and maybe a young type of captain and crew and such, just to get the idea of what a Starbase Internal Command and a spaceship crew would be encompassed of. What would nice looking ideas. And so these ideas really got our mind, got our attention really good, and we got some really good photos. But not on, but like on that. But not to really mess around and see the respective elders. So being underclassmen, but a little bit slow, easy. Back in my graduating days at high school, '75. There were underclassmen about this, these senior type people. So with a view towards children to be seen, not heard, respectfully, not very much so, and with also the stipulation of pass the baton, resituate the sensor. There seems to be a sensor round about Steve over here, see a sensor. And to pass this out about towards your ways, you two especially, and just kind of out about your ways, and with a stipulation regard for some very, very terrible internal maneuvering that have taken place earlier in this past few years. We really want to get back on track on that, and so it might be stipulated. At the beginning times when you got these machines, you got super ways of just pressing a button, and it blows up and everything. It just very much, it could be an elementary stage where a lot of elementary type behaviors are taking place. And I can say you, or the other, one particular day, exactly. But from a point of view of to break a schedule, that's what the Starbase Internal Command. And above all, right now, where we're at with this, there is a complaint of Roberto Jimenez is hijacked using a spaceship UFO type deal, contraption. If it's not being constructive, be engaged in use, be hijacked is what we termed it. The whole population mass, everybody. So when we single them out for a particular use as a possibility for a security, that's how we have this. When I say single them out for a possible use as a security, I mean, and stipulate if we could on this, a facsimile of an all-in-one type deal to treat the very, very many, way too many, flying saucer type people, especially in police ranks, army ranks, and that sort of thing, that are abusing or manipulated the machinery to envelop a mechanism comes out like a lever after they attain wings and undercarriage, or usually a real bad couple of you too many devil-like murder rape deals. And so one thing in discovery leads to another, and every single time these, very much all of them, get the best machine weapon systems at doing everyone away. Every planet, everything, every life, doing everybody away somehow about it. The most unheard of and unwanted, unprecedented quantum ways that a special weapon this way, yeah, but I don't have to take everybody out and do the whole planet. I was good for nothing. It's just too much and going the wrong which way. So if you or them or who or they ever come up with extra super capabilities, you have to report this, and you have to get it to the right type of people that can transposition. What could never be, I don't know how I could ever use a spirit data in my planet. You would want to see, would you? No. And so, by trying to be upfront and honest about this, like Donald Trump, for example, in various areas, he used this example, but it's out in the open right here, and sometimes the ugly, in the first, you bypass the later tirades of real terrible things. But when we asked the state security chief, Mr. Clancy or something, to pull Don aside and let him know we have little people here that we're not supposed to be doing Milky Ways off at a time and get your yayas. What? Yep. And so it was really. You think that's something? And you wouldn't want to know more, would you? So it was getting, and is, and was getting, and is, and was getting. You're not that. I go, no. I think by now, and if this, and we would add that. Go, you're not. Anyway, as we were saying, doing Milky Ways off at a time. That means he is a big, huge. As big as you too. All the sheriff do it now, do all the planets off they can. And that's not what I really need in life anymore. If, let's say you were playing a friendly game, not really a game, or a contracting agent, a DD, I need 3,700 people to do a job, I got a job. You've been chairman of the board, he's paid $200, do not badly. I don't thank you, sir. Even if it was gotten by proxy, that sort of thing. Steve, work. Okay, working great. So, it was hypothetical there. You made these people, and they have no side to live their lives. Murder had to do with everybody else. Wow, that's all terrible. Blah, blah, blah. Well, make the most of it. Remember, you got to answer yourself. Self is others. I'll tell you that in this area. I'll take a longer minute. It'll help out a little bit. Be right back. Just take you through. And that simple, that nice, that polite. That nice, that polite. That not ditch the guy and blow the place up and show what you did. So this morning we had a little, way too much. A little bit of a reminder. But you nuke the people and the whole planet and is that what you think? You got to pull Dr. Spock aside, or doctor. You make sure you talk to the doctor about this, the chief scientist about this, or at least put it over here for him to take a look at. And so when also very much a need to address advisory attention to the courts, that sort of thing. So the nice Senate chair, the insiders of the Senate, can have access to this and be able to use it to kick butt and lead themselves into how we could have made it to all eternity in a good and stipulated, measured way of, we already made all the mistakes that we if that worst case scenario is going to. So by trying to allude to or share or bring about a supplication of a chief scientist, if I said this myself, and they would, the mention of nuclear refurbish. Nuclear refurbish? Yes, sir. Refurbish, sir. Let me get this over here, please. It seems that there is here and there a aura around Steve, not only a safety screen, but when some type of nuclear report of a nuclear attack, like this morning, Westminster did this. did this. And it looked like there was a little bit of a hair on my upper lip, some kind of bizarreness in the air. And if I wanted to see and feel what it really felt like, if it was a real full, and it wasn't, and somebody knows that that's what happened. That's what wasn't real. Yes, it was. So Westminster police with Seal Beach again nuked us for Dunford and Dunsford too, to be a trial lawyer regard for no murdering, no ready mealing. We have to try to cut down, please. We have reports and complaints of supernovae heavens. Let me speak, please, if I may. Supernovae heavens are missing. Not just one little, two little, three little binaries. Supernovae heavens. Heavens, yeah. And Steve, if I'm saying that you made them, wait a minute, I'll circle that. I'll go like, going to find information. You know, it's too fast, it's too slow. No, and if I did, great, I'd be good. And if with stipulations to the left and right, still, be good. We real bad with this, So, to deductively reason and to bring back the, wait a minute, pal, now I'm going to get beat, punched, brutalized. You mean to tell me either you stipulated Don Trump nukes him and does real bad, terrible, detestable things to him, to people, and that was, you gotta pull Don Milky Ways at a time aside, and you're not a stand-up comedian. No, you're not, sir. And the deputies, oh yeah, I hate to tell you, no more ready meal, and you have to tell the military if we can work something out. And cannibalism, Gila monster size specific, like a real worse than a murder monster. Murder magic is ugly. So the good thing about it is much to do with plenty and enough work to go around. Big grand word from our sponsor. Be right back. Thank you very much. Be right back. Thank you very much. Brother, we go back. Let's see if we can set up a few more setups over here. Want to take a little break? Want to cut that or keep it rolling? Keep it rolling. Thank you, sir. And so, yeah, you guys look great. So, the stipulation of if there is a telepathic deal going 24/7, 3/6/27 every day affair, you know what a loud annoyance in one person's head would be if we don't act as a pass the baton, resituate the sensor. You guys do it here, over there, put mixers in front of it and listen. How come I hear in our bedroom all day long? I need to have it mixed over here, pan to there. So the age bracket hits this, the age bracket hits that, to be a mechanic. And what you see, that right there. Some could say Jane's weekly periodicals, the old mind control. But I want to give it to you guys. You guys are going to do a good job too. We're real quick. With too much steam. That is not funny at all. And not going to get a lot of good things done. One-man team, never. I don't want to say never, but always a recipe for you're going to get it all right. You know what I'm saying? So, a recipe. So, yes, all to do, much to do with cashing out Steve's $1 trillion a day. Recent terrible, good, and terrible news. Just to go against, understand word love. And you got the time where you can figure out you could cure anything. Oh boy, you're lucky. That's the good news. You wouldn't believe it. You look it up. You could. Other people, they had that problem too. And before you know it, Jed Clement may not be a millionaire, or E.F. Hutton may not listen to this one, but he might the other one. But you're going to be able to get back on track one way or another. There's a subject up here that the cyber type of education, the whole deal, there seems to be a little bit of something to get your lead, to get you somewhere where you gotta be. See? And if you and I can be a you and I at this, and if we can be a we at this, where we both want to be, aside from $1 million at ease, aside from that, where we both might want to be at this, is she loving him, he loving her. I would go with that, but Dr. Smock and I might have a little bit of, and I'm not going to blame it because we're very, very big, the assimilation of family unit. So, I'm out, but I tell you what, I'm out, hang on, assimilation right there, nice and slow and easy, where I can see him, hands up where I can see him, yeah. Assimilation, if I was either in trouble or not in trouble, if the decline of the family mitochondria mutation, DNA breakdown going down, evolution going up, much to do with to stabilize and upgrade in a stipulation of bring forward more hybrid-like gastrointestinal. Oh yeah, okay, pretty okay. So a ground control floor unit. Ground control floor unit is what Steve seems to think this is coming down to neutralize and get back to a stipulation of way too many independents thinking they can go all out in space and all that, not tell anybody and do everybody up with their they don't know what I got in my sauce, or I don't even tell anybody. See? So we have to have a real good idea of why a ground control floor unit, ground control kind of unit here, like Houston, no, a little bit, not tiny bit, but a little more like over here at the installation in the Greenland and a few others, and yeah, Dreamland especially, a ground control unit here. And of course, it passed up into with George Bush Sr. That guy, I would just have to justify that he gets 5 or 10 of his own worlds. He can do everything he wants. And Bob Gates, a few other, and you know, if I mean these guys a little bit of this, a little bit, I'm not going to say with a little bit of a stronger bourbon or anything like that, a higher mass, stronger flag. I'll go for that. But him, he can really, all right, yes sir, affirmative sir. I would like to stay steady, predictable. Repeat them, por favor, repeat them that way about it. You don't have to be getting sleepy, and this needs to be on Mitch McConnell's desk, dresser, and good standing for the Rayburn building, for those kind of Senate ops capabilities, and in a very, very, very usable manner. It has to be a success, and it has to be a stipulation of improvements and a working public safety resource. I just about to call it to the chair of the floor, the whom it may concern, and the hallowed be thy name, and thy names of life in its own regard, not to give up the ship, yet, and to cut the shit, to treat this as a program of work, Supernovae heavens missing, gone, dundered, and going down, getting worse, and Ricky and Robert Royo and a few others were named the ones that are responsible, going back in time, a time travel element, and it looks like, yeah. So first thing he ran to, Westminster, nukes went off today. Seems to be the deal. You're not losing it, Doctor. I'm not really here. I'll let you know. Oh yeah, I remember they had the 60s, the 70s, and psychedelics. I guess they had hippies back then. But anyway, back over here, about nukes going off or the such and the such. Stipulation being given here to sometimes you might want to stage getting upset. He's nuking them and getting upset. Steve and Beto is the big problem here. I don't want to cry to these guys, but we could have all made the same mistakes if it was us that got a super tap, but it was Beto this time, and he is not really a human being, and this is important to know. He is a raccoon, a South American raccoon, and this is important to know. For Mitch McConnell, the Senate, we have to bring this to the Senate floor, the information in a mature manner, and the stipulation about Ricky Robert Arroyo and Damien Arroyo as infiltrators, murder magic, sometimes they mitochondria infused advantage DNA. You don't say it like that to my face. I'll give you 30,000 cc's. Oh yes, doctor, you're right. He's right. You gotta be real nice about that. Sometimes you don't even like your voice if you're trying, but if you voice over sometimes, maybe I won't like it and you'll be nice. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry about that. And so, trying to have a theme for today's learning or sharing, or how you would come across bringing about a nice film or movie in its own regard for a good ending and a good success and a happy story and a nice good way of oh great happily ever after type of deal. See, and a little bit getting away from those old and bleed into space, a little bit away from that if we could. And so the stipulations are many, but to have a working type stipulation program to regard and procure the cemeteries of life also. The management areas, the cemeteries of life. The arrivals, departures, 900 surround, arrival, departures, and not run away. Look, I'm up here, I did them all up, come this fight about it. Excuse me. You're going to have those kind of challenges at first for a while. So a ground control floor unit here in the face or in the midst of this individual right here. This is the perpetrator, the commandeer, Donald Trump. Nuclear war proceeded, persecuted. February 2017, an end time type of deal came. It may not look like it, or it might be that some had information, some didn't. Some are not really think it's at liberty to discuss out in the open, and especially you, because you might panic or not panic, Steve. So, being one of these, along with quite a few others involved, like Manuel Fajardo, and Anthony Rackakis does not want to know about it because he's too busy trying to murder and blow us all away with Ricky and whoever can cause and make mayhem, trouble, disruptive needs of making tries on Steve. And you made them, and so to say you made them may be pushy. Find yourself in the wrong place to say quantum, to say collect and gather and quantify information. You go quantifying in a subway and you see something, you made me, I want to say different. And you're going to get a little bit of that. You don't get some protective custody, not protective camaraderie. A little bit of, you circle it, and I'll take a real good look. And wow, great, I'd be a lucky person. You want to be optimistic. But, you see this police chief here, and they're not happy about this. And this is the perpetrator they aligned with, and you did too. And you nuked us away and did what we told you Don was doing Milky Ways off at a time back in the day, getting his yayas which wrong way. See? And so you needed to pull him aside, and that ain't what you guys did together. Were you there? Again this morning, to say your skin and flesh could have burned in holy H words, Steve, and the rest of becoming immune and have densities, nuclear-like composition now. They're getting hardened and hardened from doing way too many. So, to say about having way too many, that please pass it back your way. Quit nuking us all dead to see what would happen and do perverted things, please, if you don't mind. Don. And please don't act out, Sherry Freed, Treasury U.S. Don't forget to pay Steve, especially when the stipulation information came in, not to make a wedge between Steve and Kurt's music, and trillions of dollars a day for the last month or two have been coming in. $1 trillion a day. That's what it said. I looked at the internet too. Wendy Brow, you did it also and nuked us and told us not to go there, not to know it. As Tustin police did follow through and rape the morning, and we came in for a call and double check on your safety, and you did do it there. Told it not to go there. Those are custodies. You ask me. You put it right there, and nukes on top, and make threats at custody. So if it was incumbent to be a security clearance above the president, security class, creator class, I would exercise my line item right there. Those are custodies. Right there. Don't say, please, we didn't witness or not witnessing at the time. Did not eavesdrop on your IP address. We did or did not give these others a hard time. Try to do a real bad either war to them. Cash them out to go never understand word love and make trouble. And never try to pass the baton and, oh man, doing a good job, NOVIE, heavens missing. Oh, that's a little bit too much to be 50 amount. Alright, but we'll be a little kind of, but if that's going on, we'll make sure we're trying to take a look at it. Why couldn't that be why is that the right way to, or the other to say otherwise? Please text us a 714-574-1859. Let us know. They are uncontested. And checks and balances, 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 checks and balances. Super NOVIE type. If we can have the doctor, you might want to talk to you guys. You may not want to talk to Steve too much. But make sure I got a place I can get in. You got to be doing the work. Because he's the one that's seen it. He needs to be protected right there. Because that seems to be one of the trusted most after deductive reasoning and testing it, testing it, testing it, testing it, testing it, testing it, testing it. Even if the right there. So you're gonna pound that soldier on it. If I know what's good for me, I don't want it any which way we raise. And you're gonna pass that, take that hill, make sure these gentlemen are funded. Right there is where I would be at with it. It orders. That goes to Nellis. To pull rank like you did and take my money and laugh in our face. Make sure they adequately and very happily can get behind a lot more than right off the showroom floor for you and push your ways back home. And that might be where you want to be back to you, Dr. Sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And so I would assume that you guys would be talking, even if it wasn't, I would try to assimilate that way just a minute, because before you know it, if I use up, and then it's actually, no, you can't be picking up talking, oh yeah, I better not do something to start to get it, I can imagine it that way too, so a little bit right there, so there goes here, and so, yeah, and you don't want to put them on the spot too much. But Steve actually, Steve kicks butt a little bit at this, but you do have to try to put it, and it can be done, especially if you're in the room right here. All right, let me see what you got. Let me get. All right, I'll be good now. I want to work on this, but I'm gonna get just don't burn it. That sort of thing. So that is why you close within the safety screen where Steve is in his aura, a trusting type of beginning area. It has to be right there to start and begin a ground control unit that can take the Beto, what do you call it, ill commandeering, we need you replaced. This is not a comedian deal. That is way too much murdering and raping and goofing off. Way too much. And if Steve is sent down, it's got to be really bad. It's not an inventory to throw blows and say, I can tell him to not do it, and do a real bad thing, a mutiny. As a creator, if Steve's a creator class, and nobody ever wanted him to know, and he's not really, didn't take a swing at anybody, I want you to talk this over. Why do you think you're nuking us? Please. And so if this isn't handled by noon today, and I don't get an apology in order, a nice polite little, oh yeah, we're going to do it. Oh, there is something. You have got to relinquish your affirmativeness towards this supplication and position and disposition, not another wiggle, a try. And this missionary objective needs to be a success. And to replace it, if you would have been a century or something, that probably would have worked a little better. It's probably he's gonna, and you get paid really good. But this guy is really, Director Gates-Lees, sir. Much to do, much to say about mutations and hardships, and we'd rather not walk into hardships. And we'd rather be able to be a benevolent spaceship. If nobody saw that I was doing it, just put something up like this, nobody saw it, just pretend something. And then somebody came back and looking at a film, it was the funniest thing I ever saw. And all would have been better. So to pretend like you didn't see, but you did, and to use a pretend word in a way that security clearances and secrecies can mean very much not only an all or none wagery is not what you want to be. That's what it said. You told me you wouldn't lie, all or none wagery. So we need to replace him, and if you were in a position to have to do an all or one, you're not supposed to ream tentacle style every which hole you can, and then some, and the worst which no such thing as even close to a woman at the rate you're going. You're not supposed to nuke the world up every time around, every day, and kill everybody. Beto. Right there, please. I would cite those right there, those two stipulations of behavior patterns that are just way outrageously not tolerable. Way out of it. So, but if you had some super extra tap, you go, woo, you do some wacky stuff too, maybe, but still. And you're not supposed to ready meal and eat, make monsters out of girlfriends and all that, and you go, what kind of, what? So we have to get back on track, and give back, and be hybrid-minded. Be Starship and Starbase internal command minded with manuals and guides and goodness intending, and not raping whatever we can and thinking it's funny and see it get over. We have to be equal opportunity employees. And if it was a stipulation of a bait type deal, 16 trillion of the same setups as these, has never gone this far. Has always fallen and succumbed to Luciferian-like dark sides midships, and never had anything Steve has D plus in life and anything. I C plus once anyway, but I think Steve Ooh, even if Collins and all your girlfriends you ever did want to know and didn't want to know too, and not even had anything to do with on Jupiter and take a swing at me either, didn't even happen to come up. I know he's out there busy, trying to be constructive or something. So, to try to figure out how to be a part and not be a part of everything, the give and take and the move and shake and the stipulations of Hyatt, Regency, conventions, Hiltons, and you want to be there, and to pull aside the old, pull aside them, pull aside them, pull aside them. And so Steve over here, he wants to get back his security clearance about it. Wow, not to be resurrecting a massacre and think it's funny to anyone, anybody, the resurrected people and your parents, their parents. Make sure that you want to get out of trouble. Anybody want to, Bob Anderson's on the list. Remember, Bob Anderson's on the list doing real bad things. That's not great. A great thing, funny thing to pop everybody's behind and chew them all up the which wrongest devilish way you could ever imagine. And if you think it isn't funny, you're in the wrong place. Please. And bad enough. There was a super parasite came along with Ricky, Robert Arroyo, and a few others, and the unity of a few others back there. Did the whole Eastern Board, and Ricky did that. Ricky did that. That's a real terrible plan, like he did the last one up. It didn't seem that we knew, as that we found out, we saw. Ricky did? Yeah. So that's the custody too, right there. Common sense. Martial law officer, yes or no? If you are not in on it, on that custody, right there, back to the Senate floor, back to the nice Jeff Sessions, please, in the House, and the Attorney General's quarter. You're going to have 3 or 5 or 10 custodies, right? No. Note your weight, note your balance, please. Note your equilibrium. Where are you with this? Wait a minute, that you're going to get jacked away. You let that walk away. These kind of particulars up. And you voted for yes, I did. And you don't want to think it's a good thing to get beat or jacked. Excuse me? No, sir. And so, if I wanted to stipulate, share, assume the role, you had better make sure chief that nobody in a sling so bad. If somebody's got anything to do with it, you make sure you put them in a sling yourself, but not an Abu Ghraib thing. It has to be up to the par, straight-laced, county jail, the real deal, no magic trick. So we need Beto to be replaced, and we need the phone to be ringing now, at once. And Steve, he is a scaredy cat of a scaredy cat. Police. Oh no! So you better figure out. Better. You better figure out what's in the interest of you and your wife looking like a lovely couple. First of all, that's all. I don't know anything in life. Great to hear. Got not Ricky. If somebody wants to take a shot and think we're crack jokes like Beto again. Wait. Oh, great, lovely couple. That is the greatest thing. That is all. We might put a matchmaker. I tell you what, you go over there and hang out with them. Let me take her. Yeah, go hang out with some of those for a while. You might want to hang out, find out some of those kind to go hang out with. This is over there, nice and easy. Hopefully tonight docile a little bit. Find some dociles that way that Antzee can go to shul at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So right now, right there where we stand, I don't want to tell you where we are. You know my IP. You do not push people on the back. Your battery's going to run out. You better save this. You'll lose it. This is where we're at with this. Let's not lose it here. Close the deal and stay on top of this. And the stipulation being, to, you want like a house, a home in Orange right now, a compound, and you want some of these, not a lying, Haldol seeking, as bad as it was, and nuclear refurbished, not appreciated, not even a matter of mention, way many, all last year. See, very important. And the way people don't bring that subject up again to make a mockery about it, to get it on it, you have to pull him aside, sir, please, sir. And so, you're not going to get mad at the old lady, yeah, but you can't be monsterizing the ladies with monster penises and monster outcomes and changing their anatomy. It's one thing to knock one out with this old girl and this, that, and the other, but it's also another to be monsterizing and to another form of possessing their whole deals and owning them type of crime. Sex crime unit, please. So if somebody be in a sling so bad, Charlie Beck doing the same thing out in space. Somebody needs to be in a sling, and it's not me. So we need you to kick butt. I tell you what I'm going to do then. I tell you what, if that, they do all kinds of things, you never know what they do. It'll be good. I tell you, I agree there. Right there. And my number, surely ring if there's a contrary to on that, please. And without further ado, and without laying hands on people or burning or blowing up or doing anything, I didn't do that. You can always flag a blog. I would go this way, pretty much, live. It's too much, too strong. I would go by legal right. By the legal right. And after it really came out, and we're only so hurry, no medicine, make it look like we need to be he needs to be replaced, and unless you're stuck hijacked and he's going to do real bad stuff when I get off the door, turn my back, whisked away off their feet. Pay attention, please. And not talking about it like the roommate deal that went down yesterday. Whisked away, and then they're talking, no we're not, no we didn't. You did. See? That's why you have to call Steve and start a phone bridge, and use the ground control unit to get back on track and authority to say, to protect and serve it. May God have mercy on us all today. Amen, 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 amen. And you too, please. And if Steve ever found out, let's not dwell on that. There's much to do, much to say, much to stipulate about getting back on track. Mutations, Moses, and the tablets of law, as tables of law. Hallowed be thy name. May a good Lord be protected and served, far free away from this day and disaster. Back to the great. Thank you, sir. Captain. You honor, sir. Captain. Thank you, sir. And a nice mission for General M. Prime Minister Harris around over that, sir. Thank you, sir. Save this.